Hello everybody, my name is Rage and welcome one and all to my Synergy Lab, where I construct, craft, fiddle with the items, tinker with their very core beings and combine them in ways that you'd never dream of. Well, you might dream of them because dreaming inherently is a limitless experience that takes all of the feelings and memories and thoughts that you've had in your entire life and plays with them on a subconscious level in order to generate realities and fantasies that could far exceed anything your conscious brain could conjure. But inherently what I'm saying is I went into the wrong section of the lab to begin with, which gives a great first impression. Now, we're not going to turrets today. We're not going to turrets because, you know, I've done them 3 in a row, and I get it that just maybe I'm going over the top. So, I was having a think, and I've actually discovered a way to really enhance one of probably the best synergies we've ever seen, using some Afterbirth Plus stuff, and it actually involves a spacebar item, but we'll get to that, you know, you gotta slowly build it up, you gotta layer that excitement. If you can inherently build up the excitement by disappointing someone, then you're gonna be even better for it, because it's a key rule of thumb, you know? If somebody walked up to you and went, yo, I'ma kill you, you'd be like, oh, don't do that. But then they went, actually, I'm not. You'd be like, yeah, I'm alive. And that's amazing. That's a great feeling. Whereas if they just walked up and went, I'm not going to kill you, you'd be like, cool. I mean, it'd be a bit weird if you were, you know. You wouldn't suddenly feel exhilarated to be receiving this gift of continued existence. So basically, you gotta torture someone before you set them free. Otherwise, they won't enjoy it as much. And I think that's something that we can really come to terms with as fellow humans on this planet. I really do. And again, I went into the wrong area of the lab. Don't you just hate that when you're walking around your house and you walk into the wrong room and you've no idea where you are? Do you know, just me? All right, that's fine. Just me. That's cool. That's cool, whatever, you know. So right now, we've got lots of sparking electricity, which is nice, you know, it's a lot of fun. Everybody likes lots of sparking electricity. In fact, talking of walking into the wrong room. Alright, so, over my time here, my office has acquired lots of things, because, you know, I've acquired things throughout my adventures on the internet, which sounds a lot weirder than it is. Oh, would you like to know what I acquired most recently? Ordered straight to my door. In fact, that's never a good thing to say. But then again, I still maintain that in that voice, anything is bad to say. Because if you're like, oh, you've just won $1 million, that still isn't going to make you go, woohoo! It's going to make you go, back away, children. Back away slowly. And then like, but you really did win the money. It's weird that you don't want it. Like, if you were actually cursed that was your voice, you could never do it. Let's assume you ultimately end up at your own wedding, okay? You somehow get that far. But then again, hey, baby, can I buy you a drink? It doesn't work as stereotypical as that is. Oh, wow, that would actually be a really good devil deal, but, you know, we don't need it right now. And you get to it, and, do you take this woman, etc., etc. I'm not a wedding person, all right? I don't know what you're talking about. Do you take this woman? And, I do. Like, at that point, it's still ruined, because I can only assume that someone like this would also constantly have kind of a lowered posture, so that they spend their time kind of just sort of creeping around, almost skulking, you know, skulk level. And I think skulk really does sound like a species of animal, like on a not that I want a tangent here or anything like that, but by my pulsing electrical ball, I think that skulk sounds like a definite species of lizard. In fact, no, it could also sound like a mythological creature, like the legendary skulk. I think it's definitely got those vibes going for it as well. But back to the point. As I shock these spiders. And I kinda have issues, which I realize is another great sentence. Guys, look, I need to admit something, and I'm sure you're all resoundingly unsurprised. No, I have kind of an OCD kind of level of things that I have to do where they don't feel right. I'm sure everyone does, from simple things like needing the volume to be on an even number or a multiple of 5, otherwise you can't handle it. You know, little simple things like that. Ain't that right, Big Horn, as I pulse my lightning all over you? And I have those things, but one of the ones that I have is rather extreme, to say the least. At night, when I turn off my computer and go to close my office, and I've kind of given hints of this before, but it's got a lot worse recently, and that's why I bring it up. I close my computer down, walk out the room, and close my office door. And at that point, until the next day, for some reason, my brain has decided to not let me see my office. So what I mean is, once I've turned my computer off and closed the door, is I'm not allowed to look, and, you know, obviously I am technically allowed, but, you know, the compulsion, the OCD, I'm not allowed to look at the contents of my office until the next day, otherwise it drives me crazy. And this is what we're going to use, the smelter, yes indeed, as I acquire those trinkets. Ha 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 ha. Let's add a little bit more to our ball of fun then, shall we? Yes, indeed, we're actually going to add ourselves. Now, technically, look, you're going to think I'm initially absolutely crazy, but we're getting Firemind, we're getting Explosivo, and we're getting Boogateers, which I realize are all things that would normally be absolutely just horrible to have with Ludo, but trust me, we are going somewhere. But yeah, I just have a weird thing that I can't explain, where once I've locked my office door before going to sleep, I cannot, no matter what, have my eyes open in my office until after I've slept, which, look, I get it, it's weird. But I have a secondary rule, and a tertiary and a quadrary. Is it quadrary? I'm not actually sure. I kind of want to go with quadrary. I'm just raising up my shot speed just so this kiss can roll and roll and roll and roll as much as it needs to. How's it look in the gloom? Not crazy, that's fine. And the other rule is that my window cannot be open when I'm not in my office, because obviously that means someone will definitely climb in and steal everything. Oh my god, that looks so bad already. I like it though. I kind of like it. Like, oh, nope, stuck. All right, next one, going out. Okay, we're trying our best here. Probably going to get myself a little bit of It Hurts So Good on the next floor. I think that would be good. But yeah, I can't have my window open because obviously that means someone's going to instantly climb in, because that makes sense. So, as you can imagine, I closed my office door and I realized I forgot to shut my window. So now I'm in a conundrum with two conflicting OCD level of things where I have to close my window, but I can't look at the office. So obviously you can imagine where this is going. I unlock the door, close my eyes, and begin a pitch black, feely journey towards the window to try and close it, which normally is fine, but firstly it brings back horrible nightmarish memories from when I was a kid and I woke up in the night and needed to get out the room. For some reason I just felt this desperate need to get out the room, but no matter I just died, but no matter what I did, I couldn't find the door. I literally got out of bed, stood next to the wall, and kept feeling round and round and round, and I could never find the door. I couldn't feel it. I had this complete, like, belief that I was just trapped in a doorless room, that the door had disappeared, and there was nothing that I could do about it. It was just gone, and I would be trapped here forever, screaming, and no one would help me. So, you know, I don't like being in a dark room because of that. I mean, I can handle it, but it was a experience, to say the least, and kind of reminded me of that. Not that badly though, because obviously I'm a lot older now, but that was one of the thoughts that came to mind. So initially, still not great, if I'm going to be completely honest. So I go in, and the thing is, now I have a green screen behind me, which cuts the room in half with obviously a big green screen, literally, and that makes things kind of annoying. But I've also got loads of boxes from stuff that I've ordered and papers and stuff. Basically, I really do need to go over the floor of my office, because I'm one of those people that can't stand things not being in order. But I'm also one of those people that are, what do you call it? Oh, there's a word for it. Oh, what's the word? Really fucking lazy. And because of that, I've not inherently, I mean, look, I can't stand things being dirty. As soon as something gets dirty, it gets cleaned instantly, because I don't know how anyone can deal with that. But messy, the distinction is there, I think, is something I can kind of deal with as long as it's my own mess and I know where things are, you know? They're kind of like, how do you ever find anything in this room? But I guess you do know everything is because it's yours. That kind of situation. And that's all fine and good, but when you're trying to navigate a self-made obstacle course of crap to go close your window in the pitch of night, and by the way, the window is like behind my desk, so even with my eyes open, it's a nightmare to close because I have to really like lean round everything and I end up spiking my desk into my stomach and stubbing my toe and stuff because it's a really awkward place to be. So obviously, as I'm trying to do this at night, I am not in a great position and I keep tripping over things, I keep hurting myself. At one point I thought the green screen was a person and kind of flapped into it and nearly pulled it off its railing as it wrapped into me, but obviously for this entire time my eyes squeezed shut because I'm not allowed, alright? OCD says I'm not allowed to look, so I didn't look and I eventually feel my way over, try and close the window. My window's a little bit stiff so it doesn't help on that front either. I kind of love this though, like how fast does it just attach and then explode, attach, explode, attach, explode, attach, explode. It's kind of nice the way that this goes. Now, obviously, it is going to get a little bit different. Come on, there we go, looking good. Alright, so we'll finish it up on the next floor. So I'm slowly feeling my way around. I end up, you know, bashing my shin, which results in like an ah! So basically, from everyone else's perspective, at 5 in the morning, there is a weird kind of banging, shuffling noise going into an office that people assume that I'm not in. And that obviously results in like, what the hell? What the hell is going on? So, you know, it's kind of not a great impression to give. So, I'm like feeling through the dark, knocking over things, trying my best to be subtle, failing. I hear a knock at the door, and they're like, hello? And I'm like, oh my god, this is happening. And we'll continue this story when we finished our synergy. So, remember the random ball. You remember the random ball. It's a good random ball of unstable energy. Well, because of the smelter, we can have a load more trinkets active at once, and basically there's a nice little combination with Ludo, whereas if you get the hookworm, it will start kind of moving around like it does. But obviously right now it doesn't matter too much, though it does kind of look cool darting around the area. But it means if you get ringworm as well, your Ludo will just kind of do whatever the fuck it wants. Like, it will just travel where it feels the need to travel, go where it wants to go, and you can't really control it, because it will actually just move and gain distance and just kind of leave you, and look, it's off over there now. It's very cool. So that, along with Wub Wub, along with pulsing and everything coming together, makes a really interesting looking crazy tier, and that's fantastic. But obviously, oh, so off up there now. That's pretty good. Where's he going? Just gonna keep chilling over there. It's just great. I can't control it anymore. That's it, done. But obviously we can turn it up a little bit, just a tad, and by just a tad I do of course mean quite a lot. So we're gonna get ourselves the continuum, and that's gonna be flashing backwards and forwards. We're obviously going to get ourselves the glow fest to add to it. Look at it go. It's just going absolutely mental for it. We're going to have it absorb some tears with the lost contact. Now, of course, I could get Tiny Planet and it'll rotate around me, but it's really, I mean, not necessary. Look at the thing. It's just absolutely ridiculous and completely uncontrollable. While I'm here, we're going to get some more shot speed. Now, there is a limit on how fast it can just go by itself, because it's just the speed of the worms, but I do like it when I control it going absolutely mental. So we'll grab just a little tiny bit more of this. Now, obviously there are ways to increase this going on. We can get the fruitcake, we can get the $3 bill, which indeed we will do in a little bit. I initially tried to void this, but I found that the tier itself just became kind of just too big. you know, and oh, it went all the way up there now. Lovely continuum, fantastic. I like it, I like it. So we're going to get ourselves a blood clot, which will start some of it flashing a little bit red. Now, obviously, we want to take our mysterious liquid, so it starts leaving stuff, and now it's kind of looking like an energy ball, which is really, really nice, and when it does, it will glow in the gloom, and everybody likes gloom glowing, but I think we can all agree this is quite the ridiculous tier. Oh, it's gone. No, it's back. Oh, no, it's gone. No, it's back. All right, looking good, looking good. It's quite the ridiculous little tier that's going on. So let's have this try and be over here. Not that it's really working out that well for us, but we're going to grab ourselves the spoon bender and get that going. So we've got a little bit of red and purple action, which, you know, isn't a colour thing that we happen often. We could have got Sacred Heart, but the damage, well, I don't know. It's a difficult thing to decide how much damage you actually want this to end up doing, because if it kills them too quickly, they've not really suffered enough, and that kind of sucks, right? You know, you need to have a good bit of suffering, otherwise, really, what's the point? So let's do this floor. Now, it's not finished, but I don't want you to experience the pure ball. Alright, I do like it. It just flashes for a while and realizes, hang on a minute, I'm so full of energy! Basically, I like to call this what would happen if a toddler that got free reign in a sweet shop was allowed to turn into a tear. It's basically that kind of deal, and I really, really do love it. In fact, one of the ones that I do want to attract, because I like having homing on top of magnetic, because that way, the three combination of complete uncontrollable random movements, I'm not pressing any kind of directions for this tier, it's just doing what it feels like. That, on top of homing, on top of magnetic, ends up being a really, really good little synergy. So it's just going to stand there, getting ready, lightning flashing in my face. I mean, this already looks awesome, it pulsing like so, and then it begins. So off you go, little tear, off you go. Oh, there we go, but I kind of accidentally black-hearted the room, so that's a little bit awkward there. Alright, it's off. So, you know, in theory, I could just stand here until it decides that it needs to kill everyone, and I love the stickiness to it, because, God, that's a sentence, isn't it? Because normally with Ludo, it's awful, but in this case, it happens so fast, and it sparks towards everything so well, that it just is really nice that it kind of suction cups on people's faces. And obviously I can control it a little bit if I want, but it's so difficult to do. Sometimes it facets through, sometimes it glows and attaches. There's just no telling what this crazy little tyke of a tea is gonna do, you know? There's just absolutely no idea. It's all over the place. It's just all over the... Oh, okay, alright, we had a little bit of a split there. Because we'll grab some new stuff when we get to... What the hell was that about? When we get to the... I can't actually make it kill it. Alright, there, go. Alright, I did it. Nobody panic. Nobody panic. I think we technically made it happen. Lovely. Alright, looking good. It's just absorbing all that stand before it. Oh, it is fantastic. Alright, resuming of the story then. So I get the knock and I'm like, hello? Because obviously they want to make sure it is me, and you know, admittedly they know I've been known to do strange things, let's say, you know, I think that's a fair assessment, and they're like, hello, and I'm like, it's fine, and I'm trying to whisper, you know, shouspers. You know, the really weird thing that people like to do, shouspers, I'm going to call them, where you think that by whispering, you're being really quiet, because obviously you're whispering, so it doesn't actually matter how loudly you whisper, because you're whispering, which obviously means that you're fine. So it's one of those where instead of like, I'm fine, it's, I'm fine! You know, you kind of sound like somebody's repeatedly punching you in the gut while you're trying to do Darth Sidious impression, you know, that kind of setup going there. So that was the response, and they were like, oh, okay, it is you, that's good. Do you need help? And I'm like, no, I just can't see! And that, you know, the shouspers sound quite aggressive, so at this point they're like, I have nothing, what? And admittedly, I can understand the confusion, and I'm like, I'm not allowed to see my office! I realized, wait, I'm tired. I probably should be explaining this better. But all I could really think was, leave me alone. I'm closing a window. I just wanted to go to bed, alright, I just did. Ooh, we kind of got a nice little glow going over here, but it's really not a darkness synergy as such, because I didn't want to make yet another one, so they walked away. I mean, obviously I explained all this properly the next day, and they're like, oh, okay, only you. So they walk away, and I fumble through the darkness, managed to close the window, nearly trap my hand in it, and then head back out after tripping over more things, nearly attacking my green screen again. I'm like, yes, I did it! Lock the door. And then part 2 happens. I wish you know, honestly, a lot of the time I wish I could just make up stories, because they'd probably be a lot simpler than the ones that actually happen to me. Like, goddamn. So then I close it and I remember, wait a minute, I have a driving lesson tomorrow. That's why I'm going to bed, air quotes, early. And other people are still, you know, awake. And I realize I have the driving lesson. And the reason this is a problem is because I need the little booklet that the instructor writes things does. That has my information in. And, well, where do I keep that? In my office. And I get up just before well, not just before, I don't want to drive while tired, but I get up and don't go in my office before having the lesson. Ooh, that looks kind of nice. So it means I need to get it from my office before going to sleep. So, well, you see where this is going. Long story short, God, I love the sudden explosion of this crazy little tear over here. Look at this crazy little tear. Look at it go. It's just like a really, really fast moving weird disease that bloats upon you. It's kind of awesome. So I have to open it again and repeat the whole freaking eye closed sketch territory as I try and feel for my book on my desk and get that little booklet thing. And oh god, it's just, sometimes I wonder if life would be easier if I could shake off the yoke of being hilariously OCD about things. But then again, at the same time, I sometimes appreciate it because it forces me to do things correctly. Also, is it just me? Or does this feel like one hell of a long goddamn boss rush? Unless I'm just killing things a lot slower than I think I am. Goddamn, I love this so much. Oh, it's really good. Please tell me you're not the last wave. That would be so anticlimactic. Oh my god, it was. That was just such a lame boss rush, wasn't it? My word. I could have ended up being so much better. Alright, so let's add a little bit to it. You've experienced the single bally nature of it. Yes, you have. So we're going to go over here and this time acquire a little bit of extra luck, because with extra luck comes extra fun. Yes, indeed. We will grab you, and we will grab you, and we're going to get a little bit more on the shot speed size. So this is why I initially voided it, because the shot speed's really good, but it also comes with a load of damage, because you can't really pick and choose with that item. So ultimately I decided I'd rather it not be crazily damaging, you know. And then we will head over here. So now we're going to do what we haven't really done before with it, because it does look absolutely mental. We're going to add some extras, because they really help spice it up. They really do. I kind of like that soft glow. There we go. We'll get 2020. Oh, I've lost it. It's just gone off somewhere. And then the final two items will be the fruitcake and the rainbow tears that we'll grab on the next floor. So look at that. It's just, you can barely even see what's happening. That's the main thing. There's just no idea. So let's grab the eyeshadow. Let's grab the common gold, as much as that's not a sentence that anyone should say at any given time. This way it'll start rotating between actual colours and stuff. I mean, it does suck to get the Yes Mother, because it means we end up having ourselves a magnetic knife, which sometimes tends to screw things over, but for now we'll roll with this. I mean, there is another version of this as well that's more fiery that also looks amazing, and look at it when it's on top of me, by the way, when it's perfectly at the start of the room. Is this not fantastic? Just this glowing on my face, just going wherever the hell it feels like, just spazzing out, unstable energy. Ah, I love it so much, and the extra trinkets are really what lets this be fully realized. I just think it's absolutely amazing. I mean, this right here, just this moment makes the synergy more than worth it to me. Absolutely more than worth it. Alright, that worked out. That worked out. I like it. I like it. What? Okay. This is happening. This is happening. That's fine. That's completely and utterly fine. I'm not really sure how best to react to that, but that's completely okay. Oh, I just have no idea what it's going to do at any moment in time, and I guess that's kind of cool, right? Like, if you had an object, let's just say a small, innocent, black, sleek clube. Yes, clube, also known as a cube, but for some reason I decided to add little L's to my words, and I just can't stop. It's actually really difficult to add random L's to your words. Like, just try it right now. Just sit there adding L's. Ha! You sound mental. Why would you listen to me and try that? Wait, I probably should have given you more time to actually do it. That was my bad. Woohoo! Okay! That's an interesting experience. I'm not really sure what happened. What would an angel deal be? Oh, pretty damn poor, actually. Alright, let's add a few more final bits. Because honestly, when we're doing a synergy like this, the more we add into the melting pot, or the smelting pot, the better. Yes, indeed. God, I love this right here. Look at that. Okay, so we'll grab a little bit of extra look. We don't want too much because we don't want any one look-based thing to be the predominant force here, because otherwise we kind of lose the variety in the color, and we certainly don't want that, but we will have our final little bit of shot speed as that magnetizes around the whole room like, oh my god. We'll also grab a bit of health because I don't want to embarrassingly die, you know. That would be really, really awkward all up in here. So, let's grab ourselves another mutant spider just to add the absolute maximum amount of balls that we can to this little bad boy. Yes, indeed. Did I just call it a little? God damn. Then we'll add the $3 bill, we'll add the fruitcake, and then finally we want dark matter, because now it is very much curvy, round, and fiery, and I do very, very much like it. I mean, yes, it does darken the thing, but I just... Whoa! That kind of surged towards me. Look at that going. I do kind of like how it ends up looking. I mean, again, this is very much a synergy with a lot of personal preference that you can throw into here, but I like this, you know? It doesn't rely on glowing. It's just lovely. I mean, honestly, I kind of do want to call it unstable dark matter. And I think that's pretty good. The glowing core in the center, flanked by this ring of unstable energy. I like it. Burning away as the reaction is endlessly occurring. Obviously, we've not really got any enemies yet, but come on, let me just... Yep, over there. Alright, and that one. I'm very excited in seeing how it deals with the hush. Okay. That suddenly occurred. Yeah, I mean, I think if any synergy can be called unstable dark matter, this is very much it. Careful. And honestly, the fact that this entire thing is possible simply because of the ability to have the 4 worm trinkets at once, which really wasn't a thing before. My god, look at that. Oh, that was cool. Wow. See, that's what I love about this. You never know what's going to happen. You just don't. Yes. Yeah, that's great. Did I lose a trinket? I feel like I lost a trinket. Oh no, I lost a trinket. When did I lose a trinket? How the hell did I lose a trinket? Yeah, it's just going around the place. It's not hookworming. Oh my god, when did this happen? I'm glad I noticed. Otherwise, we would have been in a silly darn poor decision there. Oh, it was literally here. Okay, that's not actually that bad. God, we nearly lost this. I'm just going to absorb them just so that doesn't happen again in future. I guess that kind of makes sense, given that's the whole point of the spacebar item that I have, but there we go, and it's time to face the hush. It's going to be good. We are going to lay him silently in his grave, which I think is what he would have wanted. In fact, honestly, I think the hush is just what happens if you ignore a librarian's warnings for too long. She ultimately does turn into a giant blue pustule and tries her best to kill you with her monstrous ways. I think we've all had a lesson to there, though I kind of like... Oh, that looks awesome. Where's it gone? Oh, there it is, back again. A little bit of Godhead there, lovely. Okay, what is it doing? Who knows? Who absolutely knows? But it did kill. Oh, isn't it just awesome? The swirling of the fire, and now it's like consuming him. Oh my god, look at it. What is it doing with its life? Oh! And the sudden red sparking off! Is this not just glorious as synergy? My word. Let me know what you think. Your gut feeling, your visuals, your acquirability, your power, your defense. Give me that sweet, sweet synergy review. Oh, that is the way that I like it. Alright, where are you, Delirium? You are no match for my dark matter, but no matter, you shall matter no more. Yes, indeed. Oh, you can just get random items? I mean, I guess that makes sense. You can just get random items in the middle of the room, but it's very rare. Though, again, if this was an actual run, that would have been awesome to just find a random all stats up. Like, it's one of the best general items, because, again, it doesn't really matter what the synergy you're working with is, because all stats up tend to just always be good, because, again, they're all stats up. There's not really anything that I'm like, probably shouldn't take that. I mean, I guess with health, if you really need not need the red hearts, that probably makes sense. I mean, I was gonna say, well, it can't be this one, but am I glad that I went in there. Oh, that's not bad. That is definitely not bad. I'm not even sure where I've got the spiders from. I'm assuming that the egg sac tears are one of the possibilities. Oh, that looked awesome as it sliced through the room. That one only survived because it was immortal, which admittedly is a pretty good reason for survival. You know, if I was stabbing someone, and why do I keep thinking about stabbing? Why do I bring that up as a question? Please, if anybody's listening to this as evidence in a future court of law, I guarantee I'm a completely stable individual, and this is in no way a prelude to an awful slew of murders in my adult life. In my adult life, I'm frickin' 24 years old. In my mentally adult life, there we go, that's more accurate. God damn. Either way, I'm not stabbing someone, but if I was, and then they didn't die, and I was like, why aren't you dying? And they were like, yo, I'm immortal. I'd be like, huh, fair enough, have a nice day. In fact, how would you react if somebody knew you were immortal, and let's say you didn't feel pain, and you healed really fast, like kind of Wolverine level healing factor? If those three things were a factor and affected you, and somebody went, lol, I stabbed you because it's funny, and technically it doesn't affect you negatively in any way, you heal, you don't feel it, you don't die, would you still be upset with people randomly sticking knives in you just for the lols because they know that you can take it? I feel like that would be okay, because I guess it would be like tickling someone. Would it be like tickling someone? I'm not actually sure. Somebody who's immortal in the comments, let me know if you'd like that. God damn! The delirium facing the random dark matter is hilarious. What is even happening right now? I'm not even going to move. I'm just going to sit here and hope for the best. Oh, okay. Now I'm over here. At some point, if you could go attack him, that would be real cool. It's thinking about it. Oh, there we go. The magnet happening. Oh, there. Yep, it's happening again. As soon as it's a mobile hero that's been chosen. Oh, it's on top of my face once more. Looking good. The fire everywhere. Yep, come at me. Exploding. Star, electric, fire, slime. Now it's growing. Bit of holy light in the mix. Okay, we're glowing and we're spreading. We're filling the room and we're dead. I love it. It's an experience, isn't it? My name has been Rage. Like you've enjoyed this, subscribe for more, and I will see you next time. Oh, lovely bit of unstable dark matter. Oh, goodbye.